Hey Gemini, how are you this evening? My name is Sherilyn and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading. This one will be for May 19th, which is Monday, through Thursday, May 22nd. I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings to try to get you through your weekend. That's the whole deal. We're just going to pull cards and see which direction Spirit wants to take it. And that's how we're going to play it this week, okay? All right, this one is going to be for my Geminis. Gemini. Alrighty, folks, let's see. What do we got? We're starting with the Ace of Pentacles, okay? Followed by the Queen of Swords, and then the Seven of Swords. So this is your backstory or your recent past going into this reading. Currently, I have you with the World, the Ace of Cups, and the Star card. Okay, near future, we're looking at the Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Hierophant. Alrighty, so bottom of the deck for this reading is the Nine of Wands. So the undercurrent to this reading, or the fiber holding it together, has something to do with the Nine of Wands, which would be you feeling wounded, however victorious to some extent, meaning that you've been through a battle of some sort. You did make it to the other side, okay? So it means you've made it through whatever this arduous path was that you had to travel, but you didn't do it unscathed, okay? So it means that you are bumped up and bruised by whatever you've been through, okay? That is the undercurrent. But the card at the center of your read, so it plays in from almost every direction, plays into the equation, is the Ace of Cups. So you're definitely some kind of a cup full of love is what you're holding on to right now, and looking for some place to place it is what I feel like, or somebody to pour it into, right? But let's see how it plays out. All right, we're starting with the past. I have Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. So you're presenting in this reading as the Queen of Swords, kind of fitting. Male or female doesn't really make that much difference, but you are standing right now in your feminine, or you're presenting in your feminine, okay? Queen of Swords is really a no bullshit kind of a way to present, right? This is somebody who has been through it, like it's saying with the Nine of Wands over here. You've been through your share of hard times. You are tired of people deceiving you, lying to you, people functioning around you without integrity, that kind of stuff. So you are definitely sword drawn, tired of the BS. So you are in a state of, I guess you could say, defensiveness, okay? All right, let's keep going. Ace of Pentacles would be a new financial situation, or some kind of a new situation that is attached somehow to tangible wealth, or financial gain sort of stuff. Seven of Swords on the other side. Seven of Swords can be either you acting very strategically, or it can be somebody taking something from you. So here in the recent past, I feel like an opportunity that was supposed to be for you was somehow taken from you. Somebody swooped in and took an opportunity that was supposed to be yours. They took it from you, or they stopped it from coming towards you, one of the two. And you're angry, go figure. It just leads into more of this feeling wounded deal, but this is what happened in the past. Now, we can't change this, it's already happened. But however it played out is definitely affecting the rest of this reading, and it definitely left you in a very guarded state. So this had to be somebody that was close enough to you that it left you wounded, that this person did it to you, right? Somebody you trusted to some extent. All right, so there we go. We got to get out of that. That's already done. So let's move forward. Now we're in the current. So where are we currently? I have the World, the Ace of Cups, and the Star. So the World would talk of a cycle that's ending. So when one cycle ends, another one starts. But I do believe whatever this situation was up here in the recent past, the cycle that was a part of is definitely closing out. Okay, so that part has come to an end, okay? With the Ace of Cups, you're sitting with this cup full of love. With the Star card, you still have a ton of hope and faith in the future, in love, in life, and all that stuff, you know. Things have been difficult, but not enough so that to make you stop believing that whatever it is that you're hoping or dreaming of is out there. It's just a matter of finding it, right? There you go. So now we're going to go into the future. What are we doing in the near future? I've got the Knight of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Hierophant. So the Hierophant is falling out underneath the Star card. It makes me feel like the hope for the future that you have is definitely something to do with a higher level of commitment. I don't know if it's with somebody you already have that you're trying to intensify the situation, or if it's with somebody new. They're coming through as a Knight of Cups is what this person is that you are fancying, I guess you could say. This person that you are hoping to move things forward with. So they're coming through very young. There could be an age discrepancy here. Maybe they are younger than you. If not, then they're definitely emotionally much younger than you. With the Three of Cups, you are looking for a reason to celebrate. For some of you, though, there is like an extra personality in this situation. I'm not saying that there's another person in the situation in the biblical sense, but it feels like there could be somebody that's causing grief in the situation. Somebody who's got an opinion that seems to be getting some sort of traction with this person. Maybe a family member or a friend that seems to be somewhat actively working against you. I don't know. That's what I feel about that. What do I got next? I've got the Two of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So you're definitely coming to a point where decisions need to be made, right? With the Two of Swords, it's a decision that needs to be made that is very much so surrounded by a ton of chaos, uncertainty, confusion. And you don't feel like you have all the facts to make these decisions or these judgment calls that you need to make. With the Four of Swords, I think you're trying to get grounded, get rested, you know what I'm saying, trying to heal, trying to look at this from a different perspective possibly to help you make the decisions. In the end, with the Two of Wands, this is all about you standing at a crossroads where you have to pick a path, you know. Both paths will get you to the same point in the end, right? Because none of us leave out of this life alive, I don't think. So we're all going to get to the same point in the end. It's just they're very different paths to get to that point. There are different people and different situations on each path. However, each has good and bad parts to it. So it's not like there's a wrong answer in theory. I mean, you know, so it's a matter of you having to figure out what you want for your future. And then you have to stand on it and stick to it, right? I've got the Lovers, the Two of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. So you have 3 twos out here right now. This is definitely coming down to decisions, okay? With the Three of Wands, these decisions are they're what's going to make up your future. I mean, these are the hard decisions that you have to make as far as choices for your future. With the Lovers, there's definitely a love situation involved in these decisions that you're trying to make right here. It is one, though, that feels not quite as concrete or certain as you would like for it to, you know. It doesn't mean it feels bad. It's just you would love for it to feel more solid than it's currently feeling. It could be your fault it's not feeling solid because you haven't made the decisions. I don't know, but what do I got? The Strength card, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Four of Cups. Yeah. There is a sense of dissatisfaction right now. You don't like to be pushed into a corner and told to make decisions, number one. You have more than enough strength to make these decisions you need to make. With the Eight of Pentacles, what it's all about here, Gemini, is you figuring out what you want to be totally invested in. Which sounds so easy, right? But it's not. Because, I mean, we're talking you need to be all in on something. You need to stand on the decision that you make, even if you make the wrong one. And it looks like it's a decision you've held off on making for a very long time. For some of you, you've held off so long that you were hoping the other person involved would just make the decisions for you. But it doesn't look like that's the case here. It looks like at this point, Spirit's going to push you because it's time for you to lead in this situation versus follow, right? So there you have it. It doesn't look bad. It looks a little stressful and a little bit uncomfortable. But you will be absolutely fine, without a doubt. Just follow your heart. Okay? All right, Gemini, that's what I've got. For those interested, I do daily energy check-ins now. If you want to check those out on the TikTok or YouTube, whichever. And I'll be back on Wednesday with bonus readings. Go have the best week you possibly can. That's what you do every week. Despite the cards or because of cards, whatever you want to look at. Just go have the best week you can, okay? All right. Thanks for everything. Take care.